Hello everyone, this is Mingjong. Welcome to today's market analysis for the S&P 500 E-minutes futures. That's for the session of 29th of June. In this video, I am going to show you the market recap on the last session, which was Friday, plus two trade reviews that I did in the entry time frame, which I will cover the entry, exit, and the rationale behind. So going forward, I will cover the bias, the key levels to pay attention to, and also the potential setup for the session later. All right, so let's just get started. As you can see in this daily chart for the S&P 500, last Friday was a bearish day. The things that stand out to me was this supply spike. You can see that we have a increasing of the supply together with the bearish results. But just by looking at this candle spread, we see that it's not exactly as bearish as the 11th of June. This kind of the sell-off is kind of like comparable to the 24th of June, maybe slightly smaller and slightly a bit lower volume than the 24th of June. And you can see that it's kind of like decreasing in a grinding down format or grinding down character within this downsloping channel. All right, so let me just get down to the H1 time frame. You can see that on last Friday, the only scary selling bars happened at 10 p.m. my time. We see that this is a really bearish big spread bar together with the picking up of the supply. So this kind of the supply is really high. Definitely is a lot higher than the previous day at the same time. I think this is 11 o'clock. But anyway, if you compare it to the rest of the candles, definitely this is the highest supply together with the bearish spread. And this bar here is the last hour bar. We see that it's just like a normal bar without a real sell-off. Based on this, currently I think we are going to see some kind of the grinding down movement like this within this down channel. So let me get this pen. So this is the first, delete that. Okay, so this is the first breakdown that happened on 24th of June. When I say the breakdown, it actually is just a breakdown from this little tiny range here. Let me draw it out again. So this is the, delete this. Okay, so this is the range that I'm talking about. And the breakdown actually happened on the 24th. So we see the breakdown here, and then followed by some kind of the consolidation, a bit of the absorption, and then we have a attempt to rally up, tested the resistance level, and eventually got rejection and have another leg down. But it's not that bearish or scary. Didn't really touch this the supply, the demand or the oversold area. In fact, it's just like kind of mingle in the middle, slightly have a bit of the commitment below this prior low here. And so currently from the Asian session, we see that we have a small gap down here. You can see that. So this is the opening bar here with a small gap down. So this is a really small gap, and just eventually we have filled the gap up and attempted to rally, but you can see that it's a really weak rally up. So this kind of the rally just wasn't able to make it to at least to test this sell-off bar. So this is the sell-off bar that I refer to, and definitely we lacking of quality demand at the moment. So what I'm hoping to see is actually some kind of the rally up to test this the selling zone here, and eventually also hit this down channel. So that could be a nice entry to short. But anyway, let me just come back to the setup and bias later. Let me get down to the M3 time frame for the two trades that I initiated. One in the London session and one happened in the US session. All right, so you can see that I have already marked up. So this trade actually happened in a London session. It's around 4:30 my time. So if you recorded in my video last Friday, I do talk about a potential long entry, and I would like to see a test of this breakout bar. So this is the breakout bar that I would like to see, and this one here. So you can see that this is the localized trading range here, and actually breakout. So what I'm like to see is actually to have a test of this area here. So that become my entry here. So this is the first trade that I initiated in the London session. You can see that this sell-off is quite strong, and that's with the supply spike as well. But subsequently, you can see we have a attempt to rally up, followed by a test, and this is where I initiated the breakout. So why I entered it here? Mainly because you can see that we have already tested the level where the previous breakout happened. So this is first thing. And the second thing is more related to this two bar here. So this is what I would like to call the combo bar. This is definitely, this bar here definitely has the strongest commitment. But apart from this bar, so this two bar definitely is another commitment to me. So what I want to see is a commitment above this two bar. So this is where this breakout happened. So that's why I just enter my long entry after the close of this bar. And at that time, I just hoping to see a rally up to around the swing high. So this is about 3080. So yeah, so this is somewhere around there. But I was using a trailing stop, and hence eventually I was stopped out, I think somewhere around here. So that is the trade, pretty much using a trailing stop, and I think just behind this two bar here. And when it just reversed, then it just locked in my profit and exited the trade. All right, so this is one trade. And subsequently, I didn't really initiate short entry, just that I wasn't on my desk. But I think this kind of the trade could become quite a nice entry, because you can see that we have already hit the immediate resistance level here. So let me mark this up. Okay, so 3080 is definitely the trading range that I was looking at, from I think 3050 to 3080, and you can see that there are quite a number of the rejection. So this is the fourth time, and definitely it's at the right place. And if I were to trade, sorry, let me zoom in a bit. If I were to trade, I think this could be the entry. So what I'm looking for is actually a breakdown. So I would like to see a breakdown of this localized area. So this is the support, and this bar here I think should be the breakdown. And it actually followed by a retest. So there's the retest. Okay, so let me draw that up again. So there's the support, breakdown, followed by a retest here. And can you enter either at a breakdown retest or reversal bar here. So quite a few entry depending on your trading style. And to write it down to maybe the swing low here. So that could become a nice trade. But anyway, the other trade that I had was during the US session. You can see that I have marked that up because at that time I was still hoping for maybe a test of this swing low here. So that is the swing low that formed during the London session. There's a swing low, and is also correspond to the immediate support level 3050. So somewhere around there. So I thought it could actually bounce up, and I can initiate some kind of trade. But if you look closer, um, it didn't really have any kind of the valid reversal because this is the commitment bar here. There isn't any bar which can actually close above this bar here. Therefore, there wasn't any long trade. In fact, this is my entry. I enter short once it actually break down within this localized support area. So this is the immediate support level, and this is the commitment to the downside. So after the close of the bar, I just entered a short trade. And my exit was actually at the somewhere near the swing low. You can see that this is the prior swing low. So there's a swing low here. I use a limit order to just exit my trade there. So that's my exit. All right. So entered it here and then exited there. So that's my trade review that I have done on last Friday, one at the London session, one at the US session. All right, so let me get to the H1 time frame and talk about the current trading situation. So maybe I go into the H4 first. All right, so let me zoom out a little bit because in the larger time frame, I think nothing has changed because from this rally up, so this is the rally I'm talking about. So this rally up, we have seen this is a buying climax followed by a automatic reaction, or it's a change of character, which I've highlighted here. And subsequently, we have a secondary test. So this is the test, and I think that actually conclude phase A. And now we are entering into phase B, which is this portion. So I think it's quite normal to see a test of this prior low here, which is currently what's happening now. So my bias for day trading for today is still down. And for long term, I think as long as we are still trading within this trading range, 2930 to here to around 3230, then I think we're still bullish. So what I want to see for bullish case is definitely commitment above this low here, 2920, somewhere around there. So as long as it can just bounce up, then what I'm expecting is some kind of the trading range. All right. So this is the larger time frame. But for day trading, let me get down to H1 to see what kind of the opportunities that we have. All right. So you can see that we are currently within the downtrend channel. In this down channel here, definitely is not looking that bullish because it's still within a down channel. So if I can see a rally up to around this first hour bar on last Friday, I think that could be around 3030 to around 3050, and that should coincide with this resistance form in the down channel. I think that could become a good short entry. But currently, I think the price action is kind of weak. It actually attempted the rally to around 3020 at the moment. So this could become another level as well. So if the market is really weak and there wasn't any quality demand, then definitely maybe a test or an uptrust around 3020, then could become a good short entry to trade it down. Otherwise, I will just wait for a better rally to actually test this selling bar here, and also coincide with this the resistance formed by the channel. All right, so that's pretty much it for the potential setup. And for the immediate key levels, I think resistance level, I'm looking at 3020, which is the swing high level here, and definitely at 3050. And this is another good level, 3080. And for the support level, definitely is the swing low here, 2980. Okay, so this is, sorry. So this is a 2980, and I think subsequently could be just, well, the swing low is somewhere around there. So currently, I think we are still within this downtrend channel, and it really depends on how it can actually resolve from this down channel, whether it can have a shortening of the trust and then eventually breaking out, or it could do maybe a climatic run and then hit the oversold channel and then eventually settle down and breaking out. So this is definitely for the bullish case. As long as it didn't really break down from this swing low 2925 or 2920, then I'm still bullish long term. All right, so I talk about the bias, I talk about the key levels, I talk about the potential setup. I think this is pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoy this and get something out from the video. And if you like it, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. And as usual, if you have any kind of the comments, suggestion, or trade ideas you would like to share with me, feel free to comment it below. I will definitely reply to you. All right, thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.